right, this is question 501. Sorry, I didn't put that on here. Can't quite see that. Oh. Anyways, question 501. And it's saying, given this function, find the values of x that make the function less than or equal to 0. So we want to know which values make it less than or equal to 0. So because there isn't a variable in the numerator, we don't really care about that. You can just ignore that completely and just focus on what's in the denominator. So we can rewrite that as 2x squared plus x minus 15. And let's write it as equal to 0. And then we can just solve for x like we would any other problem. Because the important thing is here is called the critical points. So what points will make this equal 0? And those are the points that we do not want to include. So our interval is going to go almost up to that, both of those numbers. It's going to cover everything in between, but not include those numbers. So even though this is a less than or equal to where you would normally include those numbers, in this case, we don't want those numbers. So let's go ahead and solve this. I don't know if you remember the AC method. So you want to take these two and multiply them together. It's going to give us a negative 30. And we want factors that will add up to be plus 1. So you can also do it like this. I don't know if you've seen this method. So if you think of the factors of 30, let's see, we've got 3 and 10, 6 and 5, and that looks like it. So we need to make a negative 30, but end up with a positive 1 here. So we need our 6 to be positive and our 5 to be negative. So we've got a positive 6 and a negative 5. And now the question is, which side do you put it on? So they call this the lazy method, and I actually really love this method. So go ahead and write your factors as if they were both multiplied by your a. So just hold on tight and follow through with me for a second. We'll do this 2x plus 6, and then we're going to do this 2x minus 5. Now, do you see one where we can still factor something out? Yes, this one. So if we pull out a 2, we're left with x plus 3 and 2x minus 5. This is what we want. Just ignore this part completely. That's a super quick way to get to which combination of the first term versus the second term. So now, if you want to do a quick check, you can. Let's do 2x squared plus 6x minus 5x minus 15. Check. So now let's go ahead and finish solving for 0. So we've got x plus 3 equals 0. So x equals negative 3. And we have 2x minus 5 equals 0. So x equals 5 halves. Now what we need to do is write this in our interval notation. So remember, we don't want it to include these numbers. So we're going to use open curved parentheses. Pick the lowest number, so that's going to be negative 3, 5 halves, and end the parentheses. So that is our answer. Those are the values, the range of values that will make the function less than or equal to 0.